Hello everyone, my name is Collin and this is Anneliese and Lindsey. Together we developed a potential study to examine the effects of therapeutic yoga on occupational performance in people with Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a neurodegenerative disorder that causes symptoms including tremors, limb rigidity, and gait and balance problems. These symptoms can affect basic daily activities, including dressing, eating, and walking, which can then lower the quality of life of someone experiencing Parkinson's. Parkinson's disease affects 1.5 more men than women, and symptoms typically begin between the ages of 50 and 60 years old. But about 4% of people with the disease experience symptoms before the age of 50.
The symptoms of Parkinson's disease often raise the individual's risk of a fall. Yoga has been shown to be a successful intervention to improve multiple Parkinson's disease symptoms in both 8-week and 12-week intervention programs. Symptoms that improve include postural stability, functional gait, muscle strength, and dynamic balance. The best results were shown when the participants participated twice a week for 90 minutes. However, no research study has yet looked at how long those improvements last, nor whether the client perceives an improvement in the occupations important to him or her. If Parkinson's disease symptoms improve, but the client does not perceive an improvement in his or her life, therapy is not beneficial to them. Our research study seeks to fill the gap in the literature. Before doing this, we sent out a survey to gather information about the demographics of the population we hope to include in the study.
A 15-question survey was sent out to 47 students through Google Forms. 27 students responded. The questions included 12 multiple-choice questions and 3 open-ended questions, which were asked in short answer format. Quantitative data was analyzed through descriptive statistics, and qualitative data was analyzed using a coding system. The survey used originally was intended as an inclusion and exclusion criteria for the yoga study, and therefore included 5 questions about exercise participation and yoga. We sent out a 15-question survey to collect information about the participants' age, gender, socioeconomic status, and experience with Parkinson's disease. To collect data about exercise habits and how they could possibly influence the symptoms, we asked questions about weekly exercise habits. Of the questions, 12 were closed-ended with definitive multiple-choice answers provided, and 3 were open-ended and asked in short answer format. The survey was distributed through a Google form linked to 47 students, where 27 responded, which is about 63% to the survey. To analyze the quantitative data, descriptive statistics were performed on each question individually, and pie charts were created to provide a visual explanation of the answers. The percentages for each answer were also included in the pie charts. Inferential statistics were used to determine correlations between the qualitative and quantitative questions. Qualitative data analysis techniques were used to summarize open-ended questions. The answers were coded based on categories predetermined by the researchers. The categories for the question of how does Parkinson's disease affect your balance were fall risk or fear of falling, impact on walking distance, participation in activities, and not at all. The survey question about the effect of Parkinson's disease symptoms on daily functioning was divided into the categories of activities of daily living, participation in desired tasks, independence, and not at all. Finally, participants' feelings about taking a yoga class were categorized by interested, unsure, willing to try but not commit, and uninterested. Results showed that of our survey sample, 74% was female, which is not reflective of the statistic that 1.5 times more men are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease than women. The Parkinson's Foundation states that 4% of people diagnosed with Parkinson's disease are diagnosed before 50 years of age. 21 of the 27 participants were over the age of 50, and 3% of all respondents were diagnosed with Parkinson's disease were between the ages of 40 and 50 years old, which is reflective of this statistic. However, it is not known what age the participants were diagnosed. All 3 of the participants who reported their age as younger than 40 reported not being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease by a physician. Therefore, the symptoms they experience may be the result of another disorder, such as Parkinsonism, or another condition with similar symptoms.
When asked about how Parkinson's disease affects balance, data was coded to include fall risk or fear of falling, impact on walking, participation in activities, or not at all. The question was answered in short answer format. All but one participant reported impaired balance, and almost 40% reported they feared falling. 22% reported it impacted their ability to walk. This indicates that Parkinson's disease has a significant impact on balance. The question was asked about daily functioning was also in short answer format and was coded to include ADLs, participation in desired tasks, independence, or not at all. The most commonly mentioned task was eating and meal preparation. This is probably because many people view mealtime as a ritual, and mealtime often involves the company of others. Eating also involves a lot of fine motor to cut, scoop, and spear food. 35% of the participants had trouble with meaningful tasks. This indicates Parkinson's disease has a big impact on people's lives and the things they want to do every day. Almost half of the participants reported that they could not walk steadily for 20 feet, and about a quarter of the participants used a device to help them get around.
Results of the study indicated that 63% of the participants exercised regularly and that 59.3% exercised for at least 30 minutes or at least 2 or more days a week. When asked about yoga, 51.9% said they are interested in yoga and 55.6% said they would be willing to participate in a yoga class twice a week, providing us with data regarding recruitment of participants and potential attendance for the yoga sessions. In conclusion, Parkinson's symptoms include challenges with balance, which increases fall risk, ability to walk, participation in mealtime, and meaningful tasks. Future research should examine the effects of exercise on symptom management in those with Parkinson's disease. The survey presented several limitations. The first is that the survey was designed to be a screening tool for a study of the effects of biweekly yoga on the perception of Parkinson's disease symptoms. Therefore, many questions were not meant to gather data about the population of people with Parkinson's. Instead, questions were based on the inclusion and exclusion criteria of the proposed study. This resulted in the collection of data that was hard to interpret and meaningless. Second, the survey was answered by graduate students at the University of St. Augustine for Health Sciences pretending to be individuals with Parkinson's disease. Some answers were reflective of the students' actual life circumstances and not the details described to them, which skewed data. Many questions were also left blank or incomplete, further affecting the results of the study. The phrasing of questions was also sometimes confusing. The question about how much the participant exercises per week may have been misleading, as it implied exercise only counts if it is organized exercise. Therefore, there was no differentiation between the question about organized exercise and the overall activity level of the participant. Additionally, we did not ask participants at what age they were diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, so we were not able to differentiate the severity of symptoms from the progression of the disease, as Parkinson's disease is a neuroprogressive disorder. However, it provided good information about occupational therapy's role in working with those with Parkinson's by giving insight into what meaningful tasks are affected by the symptoms. Thank you.